Hello, hello. I am Cheryl from Home of My Making, where I inspire you to create a surrounding you love. I am taking over the Maker Studio Facebook page this afternoon. So we are going to release a new stencil. So as you come on the page, let me know where you're from. So today's launch of the new stencil is the Jasmine Alphabet Stencil. I am a proponent of always getting an alphabet stencil. You can do so much with it. This particular stencil has floral flowers on it, and it gives so much detail, so I'm going to use this today. So as you hop on, don't forget to tag 3 friends so you could be in the drawing to win this newly launched stencil. Let me get my glasses on, and as you guys hop on, let me know you're here. So again, Mesh Stencil. You cannot get this much detail without it being a mesh stencil. And like all the Maker Studio stencils, they are adhesive. So here is the whole alphabet. I am going to cut out in between here the alphabet because I'm going to use them not in the whole sheet entirety. I'm going to use them individual. So I'm just going to cut in between. The backing is still on here as of now. So let me know where you guys are watching from. So I am going to select certain letters and I'm going to cut them out. So there's a W, there's a E, there's a L, there's a C. So you guys see where I'm going here. You see what word I'm going for. W-L-O-C, an O. Let's see, where's the M? An M and an E. So I did spell out the word welcome. If I could find my E. Oh, you know what? It's already in there. W-E-L-C-O-M, and then I will repeat the E. So I'm just going to put these to the side. And what I went ahead and did is I got some canvas, and it's a black canvas. These are jasmine flowers, and jasmine flowers are typically white. So I wanted it to show up real well on my surface. So I got some black canvas. I went ahead and cut them into 3 by 6.5 inch squares. And then all I did was fold it and snip about 1 inch up to the corner, and I made my own pennant. So what I'm going to do, it's W-E-L-C-O-M-E. Just want to make sure I have enough. So the stencils, again, Mesh adhesive back. I'm going to pull the back off here, and then I'm going to line them all up and make sure they're kind of centered and kind of the same height. So by doing so, I'm just going to make these all the same level to give me a thereabout of where I need to go. Again, I'm going to use the E over twice because welcome has a E at the end of it. So I'm just really eyeballing the center, and I'm also eyeballing where the letter should be spaced. So I really always recommend that you get an alphabet stencil in your alphabet stash, in your stencil stash. And the reason being is they're so versatile. You could use them for monograms, and obviously you can use them for all kinds of projects. So I think I have them kind of going even, and I'm just going to press them down. Now, I do have a piece of paper under here because when you're using a fabric, usually the medium that you're using, and in this case we're going to use the gel art ink, will go through the fabric and get on your surface. So just cover the surface if you're concerned about what you're pressing on. So what I'm going to do is, after I get them firmly on to the canvas, I'm going to take our squeegee, and I'm going to use the Well I Declare Gel Art ink, which was formulated for fabric. Now, you could heat set this if you're going to put it in a washer machine to clean it, but since I'm making a banner, I'm not going to be washing it, so I won't have to heat set it. But if you were to use this on fabric that needs to be washed, then you would want to heat set this. So again, let me know where you're from as you hop on. I'm going to just put a little bit of the white gel art ink on the back of my squeegee. I'm going to hold down and I'm going to press it through. Now, if you're concerned about getting it on the fabric, you can tape these off, and so you don't get them on there. So what I'm going to do is, since I have these lined up, I'm going to move them. This way I can get to every angle that I need to be. Be mindful not to get any on your hands because it will transfer to the fabric. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my spreader, and I'm going to turn my fabric where I need it to go. It's a lot easier when you're using your surface and turning it to where you need it to go. Again, if you feel like you're going to get it onto the surface surrounding the stencil, then tape it off. So I got one done. Then I'm going to do another one. Again, add a little bit of gel art ink and spread it. And again, if you need to turn your surface to have a better leverage, go ahead and do that. Again, I'm being mindful not to go off the surface and onto the canvas. Got my second one done. Let's do the L. Don't forget to tag 3 friends so you can win this Jasmine stencil. These squeegees make it real easy to apply. I'm just looking to make sure that I got enough ink going through. So I got the L done. Coming on the C, I had some gel art ink still on my squeegee so I could still use it. Still being mindful that I don't go off onto my canvas surface. Let's do the O. I'm gonna spread it. We do have another spreader that sometimes I think if you needed to make it into a smaller area, you should use that spreader, and I'll show you what I mean. So the spreaders come like this, our original spreader. If this seems too big and bulky for you to use, then go ahead and switch it out for our other spreader. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it small, and I'm going to apply a little bit of the gel art ink. Sometimes little spreaders are good for little areas. So we do have 2 types of spreaders, and this was the original one. Okay, so that's the O, that's done. Again, I have some products still on there. I'm going to go ahead and add a little more. I prefer to keep adding the product as opposed to putting a lot of product on, and it's just my personal preference. I'd rather have the mindset of less is more. Okay, got the M done. Now I'm going to take the E off of this. I'm going to line this one up just so I can see about where I need to put the E. And I'm going to reuse it. I only really like to use a stencil twice, especially if you're going to be using it on paper or fabric. Because it already has the medium in it, in this case it's the gel art ink, I don't want to get it anywhere else on the surface. So I only use it twice, and then if I had to, I would go wash it, dry it, and then use it. So what I'm going to do is I do have a water bath sitting over here. All my squeegee and my other spreader can go in there and get washed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. Can you see that container? I have a container of water, and as I peel off these stencils, I'm going to put them in the water. And the reason why I'm doing that is I don't want the gel art ink to get dried into the stencil, and then it will impede the next time you go to use it, because then it would be stuck in there. So this is a great way. Just have a little container of water, or if you're at home, get up and wash them right away. So here what we have is the, let's start over here, WELCOME. So I'm going to add one little touch. So some jasmine flowers have a yellow center. So I'm going to take our yellow gel art ink, and I'm going to take a brush, an artist brush, and the yellow is called Over Yonder. I'm going to put just a little bit, whoops, on my brush, and I'm going to just highlight some of the flowers, or the intricacy, I should say, of this alphabet. I'm just putting a little dab, just to give it a little bit of detail. These letters have so much detail in them, but I just want to add just a little bit more. Now, my brush can also go in the water. I'm going to close up my container, and I'm going to finish this project up. So here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take a piece of jute. I'm going to turn them my way so I can see the letters. Now, normally I would let these dry before I proceed with this next step, but because we're on a live, I'm going to go ahead and finish. Don't forget to tag 3 friends. Don't forget to tag 3 friends. And then you can have this really intricate Jasmine alphabet stencil when we see who the winner is. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glue on the back of here. Right at the top, I'm going to draw a line of hot glue. And then I'm going to take the jute and just put it over the top. And I am going to be mindful to do it the same length down as I fold it over, so that they're all the same size. Now, normally, like I said, I'd wait for this gel art ink to dry, but since I'm on a live, I'm going to live life on the edge. It won't take long to dry. I can actually hit it with a hairdryer if I had to. Now, there's so many variables with this stencil. You can make monogrammed note cards. You can do a banner like this with any wording on it. Happy birthday, welcome, happy anniversary. That's one thing I like about having a monogram stencil, because you can make as many words as you want, because you have the whole alphabet. This would make a nice set of note cards. Just go to Hobby Lobby and get yourself a set of note cards and use the stencil with the initial of whoever you would gift them to. Make a great hostess gift too. So I got a couple more letters to do, and I'm just going to fold them over, and then I'm going to have a welcome banner. Now, where I'm going to put this is I usually put something like this. Since it's not a long banner, I could drape it over a mirror and just use it as a little decor piece. These letters are not that big. I would say they're about 2.5 inches big, the letters. We do have a wide variety of alphabet stencils available on the Maker Studios site, but this is the newest one. So here is what I have. Just cut that end off, and I'll show you what I have. I'm going to turn it around so you can see that. I'm done with this piece of paper. I'm going to put it on the floor so that no paint gets on the back of these. So there you go. Simple and easy. Alphabet banner. with the jasmine flower. So I don't know if you could see it, but I do have a little bit of yellow going on in there. So simple and easy. There's so much detail in that stencil. You cannot get it with a regular plastic stencil. Because it's a tri-mesh, it lets you have all the intricacies of the design. So I hope this inspired you to create something fun. The Alphabet Stencil is available now on the website. And don't forget to tag 3 friends so you could be in the drawing for this new Jasmine Alphabet Stencil. So thank you for letting me come on the A Maker Studio page. Have a great day, guys.